Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crossover Podcast, episode 59. Now live on Twitch permanently. So, for those that don't know, I announced my content schedule, which you'll be seeing if you're watching on YouTube at the very end of this. It'll come up as a graphic. I'm streaming on Twitch guaranteed 3 times a week, including the Crossover Podcast, and then also on Mondays and Saturdays. But this will be our home. We have Twitch affiliate subscriptions. We will also be doing, in addition to the draft that we do at the end of every single podcast, we'll be taking one subtopic where subscribers get to pick whatever we are going to talk about for today. Paul gets to fish it out from the subtext chat and go from there. But the man, the myth himself, the guy who ditched the podcast last week to go on a date because apparently he's married and has a family, because that's bullshit, but whatever. How you doing, Paul?
Did I Wait, my internet died when you said that. What'd you say? How are you?
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm living the dream, some would say. But, I mean...
Did you do anything over your holiday break? Other than your wife?
I didn't have a holiday break.
Okay, well...
I didn't actually go out with her. We, we do virtual dates.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I didn't... Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't do anything for my holiday break. We didn't get one.
That kind of sucks, not gonna lie.
We worked on Christmas and New Year's.
Do you get time and a half?
No.
Or, double time?
No, it's the army here.
Are you guys salaried or hourly?
Salary, yeah.
Shit.
We get the same paycheck every week, regardless of the amount we work.
Do you get, food? I'm assuming you get, food stipends and everything else, though.
Well, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't tell the kids to join this, but whatever.
I mean, I'll straight up tell the kids, don't join the army unless, you have, it's like a dying passion of yours. Go ahead.
Yep.
But, beyond that, don't. There's other careers, do other shit.
Yep. Basically.
Enjoy your life.
Well, no, if you read that one League thing, get your work experience. Get it in the army. Was it the Cloud9 person?
I think
Obviously,
so.
I'm being way more, facetious. She gave good advice. But get your work experience in the army, and then think about it. You can apply to your favorite esports team after you work in the army.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And you can tell them buzzwords like leadership and character.
Or Valorant is not the cause of our change. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So far, nothing Riot has done has given me, I don't know, excitement.
I agree with you. Let me address this real quick before we go in. Honestly, I do not have a live key yet for Twitch, so I can't, or for TikTok, so I cannot stream this both on TikTok and Twitch. Otherwise, I would. Despite the follower count and despite many emails that I've sent out, I do not have a live key for it. But moving on and back to this, you DM'd me yesterday that you are not excited for the new season of League of Legends. You said they have not done enough to hype you up.
Yeah.
Do you still stand by that, or no?
Yes. I can honestly say, and you know me, I will play League with my brain turned off all day. I just can. I will play this game forever. But it has gotten to a point where, I'm playing it out of habit, I feel like. Not because I'm oh man, I need to get in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
I'm not playing it because I feel like I need to, and maybe this cinematic will change my mind. There's a chance. I mean, every cinematic can, but they have not done anything or gone out of their way to make me go, ooh yeah, I need to play right now. And most honestly, it's kind of annoying to play the game right now. I know you haven't been playing lately, but tanks are just unfathomably strong. Like
I saw
just
the patch that they
unnecessarily.
have coming through on Tuesday, and it's just like a direct nerf to tanks and top lane.
Yeah,
Like Casante's on the list, and like every other like bruiser, like
and
tanky
Scion's being
champion.
buffed because some psycho works there. I don't know who he is, but he's a psycho.
I don't know, the boss, or Bouse, whatever.
Yeah.
He must have got in with somebody.
Whoever like had the idea to buff Scion needs help. Like, ring me up and I'll help you. But they I don't know. It's Freak's first time on the bounce team, it could be him. Well, I don't think Freak would do that. Freak's an ADC main.
Yeah.
I trust he wouldn't do this to us. But the like big thing I've noticed is essentially if you play jungle, like it's literally just feast or famine. Like, can you farm the enemy team quicker than the other enemy jungle can? And then you just fight each other over everything.
Really.
Like you and the enemy jungler are just fist fighting until one of you wins and one of you gets more ahead. And maybe it's just the way I play the game and it forces the enemy jungler to play like that, but every game I've played has just been me and the enemy jungler like just basically killing everybody and farming them like camps.
What has general opinion on ADC been?
Not really that. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, it's pretty weak, I'd say. Like, it's not good.
We're always weak though. I feel like that's always like I don't know a preseason in the last 4 years that I can think of where ADC has been strong, with the exception.
Yeah, it's like
okay, perceived as weak. I think ADC role is perfectly fine. Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
9 times out of 10, ADC does not need many changes to it. People just struggle to adapt to the situation a little bit more. But like the only time that I can remember ADC being like super busted early on was 2018. I think there were like changes to Ginsu's and then something else with Kai'Sa. But I just remember like everybody and their mother was playing Kai'Sa ADC and just scaling to shit. And then they'd like rotate Kai'Sa mid lane to like funnel it with Taric and like combinations like that.
Assassins are like disgusting right now.
Really?
Like, if you're a good assassin player, you can literally just own the game.
So I take it the durability patch is kind of
insane.
Not reverted, but like obviously
basically it might as well have never happened because I've been playing like Blue Cane and literally just running through people. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, he feels insanely strong. If the enemy team has an assassin, your like only goal is to kill the enemy team assassin.
Have we got back to a like in terms of support, is it still all enchanters or is there actually engaged support now?
No, it's still like Swain's really strong.
Damn.
Like Swain and Brand can like still pretty much kill most of the people on the enemy team. Like, I don't know. They're still stupid strong. I mean, Swain is like annoying too. Like, he's still the same thing he's always been. But
I mean, we mentioned this weeks ago, but like it doesn't there's really not that many changes to the preseason. All things considered, the game is for the most part, barring some items in top lane getting buffed, pretty much exactly the same as it was at the end of last year.
Yeah, I mean, it is like pretty much the same, and I'd say the only like weird changes are those like items. Some of the tank items they've put in are like just silly. I don't really get why they're there, but I don't know. Like Swain is like strong, but it's like weird. Like, he's strong, but he's still easy to like run over, I guess. He's just easily killable. But it's because there's a lot of damage, it feels like, again. Like, Lilia feels hella strong.
That makes me happy, though. Lilia in pro play is always fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what the pros have been playing. I haven't really been watching high elo streams. So I
watched a little bit of Double Lift, and it was just like Ravenous Hydra Jhin for a while. I'm assuming that item is going to get nerfed, and obviously it'll be different.
It's already been nerfed once, so.
Oh, gosh dang. So, yeah, it's fine.
Is it back on the menu? Like, are people still playing it?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I still haven't touched Summoner's Rift since November, so
Yeah,
I
I know
don't
Jin support is now a thing.
really.
Yeah, like people are hard spamming Jin support.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised.
It's sad,
He's a
in my
utility
opinion.
ADC, which I don't like. I wish he was. I don't know. I wish Jim was more prevalent without getting memed on. But anytime he gets picked now, I can just hear LS crying in the background. Like, why would you pick Jin?
Yep.
So, I don't know. Do you? I mean, we've talked about this previously, and I guess this kind of ties into the marketing point. But like, is there Luna? Is there more that Riot Games could do right now to get you interested, other than obviously like adding changes to the game?
Ooh. Um. I don't know. Honestly, like I think for Christmas time, uh, if they would have like, themed up the map again, I think that would have been nice to like kind of make me go, "Ooh, that's fun." Like, that's all right. But they didn't do that. Uh, I don't know. They can't. I don't really think there's anything they could do. I don't really play other game modes, so I didn't really care when they didn't open up the other one.
Yeah. To Chad's point, yeah, I did see the project Rift that somebody made, like a fan made. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. It wasn't bad, but it I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. Like,
Yeah,
I
no
don't know.
clash is a good point too.
Clash would have been interesting with I don't know. It just, I get that the company goes on a break for a month. By all means, like that is well deserved. Like everybody that works there deserves time off. And like I think people need to understand that there's a difference between like Riot the company and the people that work at Riot individually.
Yep.
But that said, it definitely feels like there's been a lack of things going on, more so this year than any other year. And I
Yes.
remember last year people were saying that it already felt worse than it normally has. I don't know how you fix that though. I think it goes ultimately back to what I mean, I mentioned this to you. They lost a lot of people during COVID. And to me, every issue that we're having right now with League of Legends feels like it's a result of them just not having enough people.
Yeah. And it does seem like that, and it feels too like they're not like built. I don't know, they didn't really like even been planning anything the past few months. Like maybe they have been and maybe they've been quietly working, but it feels like all that the point you made about like content, right? Like how they had all this content lined up for a couple of years and then they didn't like do anything with the time they had. Like not saying it's like a lazy factor, it's more just like there's clearly not enough ideas floating around or things working.
Yeah.
Like the new skins doing something fancy after a pentakill doesn't, I think, do anything for anybody.
No.
Like it looks cool for 5 seconds, but you know how hard it is to get a pentakill to actually proc that on a skin? Like what a waste! Honestly, a waste of an artist, in my opinion. Like
I just
you
don't
could
think
just
skins are not going to be that thing anymore. I don't think there's anything you can do with a skin that is going to drive the same amount of value as something else you could do in the game.
Yep.
I
It's
think
like
we're
a
past
cool
that
idea. It's fun. It just doesn't really drive, I'd say, numbers. Like in the sense of like it doesn't make you feel interested to keep playing the game, like interested in what they're doing with the game because there's not enough happening with them. Like these skins aren't like something you can just buy up all the time and then go get a pentakill on Diana. Like that's not what you're gonna do. You want to see the map like winterized without having to get a pentakill on one champion in the game, which would be pleasant.
Which, to be fair, I do like that effect. I just don't like it in isolation.
Yeah, it's a cool effect if they would do anything else for the game as well. But when you only do that, it's like it kind of feels like you just brush people off for money.
You're not wrong.
Sadly,
I just want to see the premiere mode more than anything.
that's true.
Like, Valorant's getting a lot of cool shit.
They are.
Which I know a lot of people were like pissed off that ranked wasn't announced earlier, but I think honestly it's fine. Like it's gonna be in client. They said in the next 2 days there's gonna be a bunch of marketing material leading up to Tuesday's cinematic reveal and rank start. And Valorant, for example, their cinematic just like got teased on YouTube today. Like today was the announcement that they have a cinematic tomorrow. So like that, it's
Really?
not. Yeah, and people, I didn't see any complaints about it.
Yeah.
Like, I ultimately think it's fine where or how they're marketing what they have. I just think what they're marketing itself is not sufficient for people anymore. People want the cinematic. That's going to be a guarantee. I'll enjoy it no matter what. Anything with new music, I'm fine with, so long as you don't do another rendition of Warriors. Please, dear God, no. I want original music. And original music, a good cinematic, and kick off the ranked season. Like, that's fine by
I
me.
can see it.
Also, just any sort of communication from the LCS.
I doubt they do that
Only other
though.
thing I'd like.
Like they don't seem to want to do anything not Warriors, and I don't know. I think the cinematic will be cool, but who knows if it'll be worth it. I mean, the last Worlds hype video was not my cup of tea. I know you liked it a lot. I just wasn't like
Oh, you
blown
mean
away
Star
by
Walking?
it. Yeah,
I
like
love the
hype
song.
video.
The video didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know how to say, but like my bar's pretty low at this point.
But like, I think there's a separation between. Did you like the call?
What? Oh,
The
the
call.
call? Yeah.
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 Did you like Awaken?
Yeah.
Did you like Warriors?
Yep.
So those you've liked all of the cinematics, like the actual like season open cinematics. It's just the other stuff that you
Yeah.
haven't liked. So
I
they're
didn't like
batting
the
it.
last one lately.
Well, to be clear, the cinematic, like opening year cinematic, is different from what they do for the rest.
No, yeah, I just meant like the only two real music videos they've dropped the ball to me on is Star Walking and like and I mean as a whole, like the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
Star Walking and I would say when they had the Z one, I can't remember the name of it, Ignite. The video is really cool. The song wasn't the best for Worlds, but Star Walking, like I didn't really care about the song and I didn't really care about the video, so it's kind of a huge miss to me. And that's like my, I guess, recency bias kicking in and being like, man, everything's been slowly getting worse and they even sucked at this, so let's see how they,
I think those two are completely different. That's like Star Walking, Ignite, etc. That's all done in collaboration with the esports department.
I can see it, yeah.
Versus
I see what you mean.
the main cinematic is literally just like Riot Global, like Riot
Yeah.
Riot headquarters marketing, putting out a narrative that they want. Luna, what the hell are you crying about? Give me 2 minutes here.
You're good. But if they hit with this next music video, I'll be amped. And it wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world to hit, I'd say. Like, expectations aren't through the roof. I don't think people are begging for anything crazy. I think it would just be a good video. Like, all you have to do is make a half-decent video, and all of a sudden everybody's back. Business is booming. Winning solves all problems. One hit and we're good. Also, save my boy Showmaker. Why does he have to keep grinding out these tough, brutal preseasons? I like the more actually story-driven cinematics. True. The story-driven ones are really fun. Like, actually have more story-driven. Did we? What were all the ones last year? What were all the music videos last year?
Music videos last year were The Call. You had Porter Robinson doing the Star Guardians one. The da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of it was. There was one other one. Why am I?
Oh yeah, Kaiser Belva. Lord,
There-
that one
but
was
there-
sick.
That was sick too, even though the champion
That was a good.
was not as. Luna, will you stop digging? Jesus Christ, she's digging in the trash now.
Did you guys watch the Travis video? Yes, and it was a banger. Travis is a wise man. Some would say, possibly trying to save LCS in some ways. I think there's definitely alarms, but the alarm thing is like for LCS, it's already been, I'd say, like beaten to the ground. There's only so much you can do with like still sounding alarms and talking about it. At this point, I'm just excited to see what happens with the players. I think it'd be hilarious. Somebody, I don't remember who, somebody had a bingo card and it said Double Lift or Bjergsen in Academy. And I liked that one on their bingo card. That's all I'm going to say. Healy Wheelie, that was an fantastic one to put on the bingo card. I liked it. Dave is going to hate it. I'm sure he did. But I loved the bingo card. Do you think LCS will change the game start time now after all the outrage? Highly doubt it. I doubt they change the start time anytime soon. They're too busy
Sorry about
doing something else. Oh, you're good. Somebody just said, do you think they'll change the start time after all the outrage?
No.
And I was like, nope. Too late.
Nope. I've already.
I'm
I've
going
done
to be honest, I
videos
think
about
LCS has just said, good luck, people. I hope it works out for you.
I don't think they
Already-
have. I'm of the same opinion that Travis said earlier, where I don't think Riot is trying to kill it. I think they are legitimately trying to grow it, but like they're admitting, or at least they're of the opinion that you cannot grow a fan base in North America anymore. Like there are just not enough people to sustainably grow it, at least in the practices that they want to go with going into next year. So they've just said, screw the NA audience. We'll rely on European fans to try and see if we can grow that. And that's our last ditch attempt. And then if that doesn't work out, you basically just let it exist in its current state, cut all costs that you absolutely can, make it minimal so that you break even so it's decent marketing, and then that's about it.
Yeah, I can see that too. I'm really hoping that it ends up just blowing up anyways. Or that it finds some mojo. Like, it'd be nice. Honestly, I've been thinking about it more, and like, maybe it will work, that time frame. Maybe it will get some people who wouldn't have watched, and then when we go to championship time, we'll get better championship numbers. Not necessarily regular season numbers, but like tournament numbers.
How do you think that affects the in-person element, though? Like,
Oh,
whenever
in
we have
person
a-
is shot.
when
Like,
we have a
for
finals
regular season.
but I'm saying
Finals
when-
could be good.
Do you think there's enough people? Like, will they still be able to fill out stadiums if you've completely abandoned
How's the
the
last
time?
one? It was
Pretty much
filled
sold out? Yeah.
I don't think it'll drop that hard. I think you could still fill one out. Even if you have those casual viewers, I think they would go out of their way to go. I can
I'm
see
still-
it, though.
I'm still gonna go, but
I can see it though from their perspective. If you do view this as an advertisement, this would be the next logical step to get a bit more advertising, I guess. You know what I mean? Change up the audience. Does it make sense? Not really, because you have all the people who've already established themselves and have all their likes and yada yada yada. But if you're trying to advertise solely with your product, this is like it's kind of trying to reach a different purpose. Granted, most companies, when they do that, don't just completely kill their other audience, but
yeah.
that was a bit of an aggressive turn they chose. But hey, I can kind of see it that way. I mean, to be fair, I like the schedule change because it's the only way I can watch the games. Screw all you guys. Good luck to y'all, but I get to keep watching. I don't know about y'all, but this saves me.
I don't want to beat a dead horse with it because I've made my opinion very publicly clear on many different social media fronts. And it's just like, at this point, I've sounded all the alarms. Riot's not saying shit. So I don't know what else to do other than just say that I am going to be watching a lot more LEC. But it's one of those that, like, as much as I say that, like, I guess it's not going to become reality until week 1 hits. When week 1 hits and when we finally have League to watch, and I can finally swap over to something like full term in terms of commitment, then I think it becomes real for me. And like, I think the reason why I'm still talking about it so much is I'm clinging on to like the last little bit of time that something will happen. Because when even Travis is out there just railing into Riot about this time change, like, it feels like they have to say something, right? Like, you can't just do nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's true. And I know like once esports starts back up, I'll get my hype back. I just do wonder like how it'll work out if the viewers aren't there, because it's gonna be the Reddit posts and screenshots of viewer counts are gonna be loud.
Oh,
And there's gonna be a lot of all caps and it's gonna be funny. I mean, if it ends up working, it'd be hilarious. Like if they start hitting like 100k viewers and stuff, like doing these schedules, I'll just die laughing, which they do with Korea streams. So you never know. You never know.
It's gonna be, if it does work. I just wonder though what
based IMO.
I know it will be based. That's the problem. It's like I don't know.
What, Giga Chad Riot not caring about anyone's opinion and doing their own schedule versus the Virgin Gamer begging to be able to watch. The average esports enjoyer just trying to watch games, and Riot just looks at them and goes, no. And just puts it on their own time. That would be hilarious if it worked. They're just like, nope. I'm good.
I don't know. Like, even if it works for 1 year though, I don't think it's sustainable.
No. Could you imagine if football did this?
Oh my god.
Like the outrage.
I don't even want to know why is it that like everything in New York City tonight just has to be freaking loud as shit. I don't get it. Like, tonight is the night that everybody's just like, nah, David can't have a clear train of mind and a clear thought.
You know what would really clear your mind?
What?
When TSM wins LCS.
Shut the fuck up. I already have to cope with the fact that TSM is going to be one of the only teams that I actually get to watch this year actively.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to be able to handle it if they win. They're not going to, but it won't happen. No chance. Again, if they make playoffs in spring, I'll be impressed. I will genuinely be impressed. It's not happening. Don't try and tell me Maple. Don't try and tell me Maple carry. No. We saw how that went last year. The team that tries to... By the way, we're now in January. Where is that TSM announcement? Reggie said January over and over again. I mean,
if you saw the screenshot I sent you yesterday, they're dealing with enough right now.
Wait, what was the screenshot you sent yesterday? I didn't see that. Hold on.
Oh, you didn't? When you see, you'll know what I'm saying. They're internally exploding, so it's fine. And the season hasn't even started. So, apparently, though, I want to make it clear the So you're gonna read it and you're gonna be like, holy.
Wow.
But the TSM jungler, essentially, he put on his IG like a suicide, like I don't want to say joke, but he put something about it, and they're saying it was a translation error, and that it was just like he had a lot going on yesterday, and I read about it, but not Triple. Triple was not the worst thing that happened. Don't worry. The TSM jungler put on his Instagram that he was like hoping to burn out this year, and all that, and
let me copy this onto a PowerPoint page and then show it to everybody in chat because this is the first time that I'm seeing this.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, they got to him and he's okay. Like, if they're saying that he didn't mean to say it like that. But who knows? Who knows?
Okay, so let me show stream here. So this is, as you can see, is it Boogie? Or Boogie, however you want to say it.
Yeah, it's Boogie.
Boogie. It says, and it translates, life is no joke, being a Korean alone, it's so hard, and I'm about to commit suicide. I'm here for a burnout. Wow. That's... I don't know what to say other than I just hope he's okay. Like...
So it turned out it was like a combination of translation error and they played like a long day of solo queue and they were getting absolutely whooped on, and he left later than everybody and he forgot his key card. So he was stuck outside the hotel waiting for like an hour because Maple's his only roommate and he was already asleep. So the dude like posted that after just sitting out in the cold, like in a winter in Korea for an hour, like freezing, and after losing, he was just sitting there by himself. So I guess he posted that, which obviously isn't a good sign, but they saw it like instantly and they were already on him. Like they were talking with him, making sure he was okay. But
well,
yeah.
Hopefully he's good. And
so
hopefully there's no problems long term. But
we'll see.
Dark. That's dark.
If they do win LCS this split,
they won't. I just need to make.
That'd be
Anytime you say that, I need to make sure I tell you that they won't.
Pretty good esports story. So.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. Next week, Nick is finally going to cash in on his. He gets to appear on the podcast because Cloud9 won summer. So he's going to come on, and we are going to talk about power rankings.
Oh yeah.
The split. So next week, get your power rankings in, and what you.
FlyQuest is number 1. Don't worry.
I mean,
you're welcome.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
It's just how it is.
I'm not going to go any further into detail on it, but it is what it is. What was I going to say? I was going to ask you something else about low budget LCS season 10 got announced. I'm assuming you can't play, correct?
I can. It would just be hard, and it depends what division we're in.
I'm not sure yet. I haven't started. I'm gonna make a video about it. Probably
I can play in either
Friday.
division. It doesn't matter.
It's just your schedule. I want to make sure you can 100% do it for schedule wise. But are you available? For most other teams, that time period is going to be like 7 p.m. or like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays.
Yeah. Yeah, I can make that work. Most weeks. Not every week.
Yeah, obviously.
So there would have to be a sub.
We will have to have a sub that
I can make that work, and we can go back to the pain lane.
Oh, are you going to do support or are you doing jungle?
Might as well do support. They're interchangeable for me. We both know that.
I know, but I want you to enjoy it.
Oh, I enjoy support. I just play jungle if I can, like, I don't know, if The other person playing jungle doesn't want to play it anymore. I just play it
I mean, that's fine.
because I can
don't-
like curb stomp both lanes, so might as well.
I think you and me in bot lane, we literally don't lose a game.
Not really, because we just play it pretty stupidly. Like we just psycho play.
I
No
mean,
backs. Don't need to use gold. I'm killing them.
it works in the
It
LPL.
works.
Why can't it work here? By the way, Zeusbeard, thank you for the follow. I think we're fine.
We are
until-
fine, and it does work in LPL every time.
Wait until I bust out the Neela bot lane and you go like
We
Diana
need
with
Khan.
it.
Khan is diamond, isn't he?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he is.
If we're in the lower division, we can't play with him. The cutoff is plat 3.
Yeah, but is... Oh, diamond was a TFT thing. Well, that's not gonna help us on the Rift, but that's fine. Healy Wheelie is diamond. Ah, what roles?
Oh god, Paul's recruiting.
I'm
for
already
next season
recruiting a
already.
team. Yeah, this is easy. Every? That's too easy. Mid laner right there. I just got you a mid or a top. Or a jungler.
You understand we have to go at the financial then.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me double
I don't
check and
know.
see what
We'll
let me
have to
what the
see
cutoff
if we
is.
can make it easy team. I mean, hey, what if we just like we could just fudge some numbers and
No, Paul, we are not fudging
Our
numbers
accounts.
and smurfing in a rec league. No.
I mean, if Gator W's account suddenly becomes a full-time jungle account that plays Kaden, like what other thing? That's no big deal to me.
Paul, okay, first and foremost, this is why we balance each other out somewhat decently on a podcast. Because you keep me on my goddamn toes because I have to put up with shit like this. You trying to flood the rules, you trying to do some bullshit just to get an advantage, which I respect to a certain extent. I respect the
Literally,
hustle,
another team did it to us.
but alright, so if we go with the financial league, it's Diamond 3 and below. And only one Diamond player on the team. So Nick would be the only Diamond player allowed.
Only who?
The only Diamond player. Nick Healy is Nick.
Oh, so he could be our only diamond player.
Yeah. So if he's
You
Diamond,
can only have one.
you can only have one Diamond player, and you have a 27-point allocation to work with. So Diamond, Healy, what rank did you peak in the last 2 years? No, we have another friend named Nick. He's Blue Jameer in chat. I think Diamond 3. Okay, so he'd be fine. He'd be worth 8 points. I got Plat 4, so I'd be worth 5. You hit Gold 1 last split, right? That was your peak?
I have no idea. I think so.
Okay, so 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. You're 4 points. That's 17. Which means we have 10 points to work with. Which means we can get 2 Plat players. And that's our team.
So Mark,
Good.
call up Mark. Yeah,
Assuming
call
he
up Mark
doesn't
for
have a
mid
team.
lane.
Brandon as well. What's the laugh?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing? He's ultimate. You knew him before I did.
I know.
So why are you laughing? Say it out loud. You're on a podcast.
Because his baby was so telling. You know why he put baby. He'll play like 3 games max.
Play Swain, all of them.
Swain top.
His Swain gets banned, then he's fucked.
I mean, it'd work.
To be fair, his Annie was his Annie was good.
Oh, we can't call Eddie up
Why?
because he's diamond now.
Oh shit, Eddie hit diamond.
Yeah.
Did you know that Eddie is a actually like semi decent famous YouTuber?
Really?
He does Beyblade content.
Huh.
Yeah.
What is his? Wait.
He has like
What is his channel name?
he has like 50,000 subscribers.
What is his name?
Hold up. He DM'd it to me and I couldn't believe it. He said, hold up, let me find. Wait, he must have messaged me on Twitter. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, he like sent me a message and was like, congrats on some of the content stuff. And I was like, thanks. Or did he I guess he DM'd me in League. I don't know. Type in edit or like EDDIEH Beyblade and you might be able to find it. Eddie Beyblade. Ah, yeah. EDDIEHH Beyblade. 56K subscribers. Puts out like one
Whoa,
video
this is actually
every 2 weeks.
crazy.
I know. That's nuts. Like he's making a sustainable living off of it too. His TikTok is nuts as well.
Bro, this is so weird. Cause like listening to him talk with the YouTuber voice is so strange.
I know.
Cause I know him just as Eddie. Like Eddie's voice. Not this YouTuber like thing.
Like walk you through, explain everything.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't feel
That's
like I
cool,
have a
though.
YouTuber voice. I feel like I keep it pretty much honest and consistent no matter what I'm doing.
Yeah, cause his voice sounds very like not rushed, but you know that like rush.
Yeah.
Like you have to put out a lot of info really quick type thing.
You're not wrong. I will. Okay, I take that back. I do that on anytime there's like major patches or like major events, and I put out that one TikTok video that like explains everything in 2 minutes. Then I
Yep.
think I get that voice. It's the only time that I ever do. Also, did you get a chance to watch the video that I sent you
Which one?
on Twitter?
Twitter?
Yeah.
No. I haven't been on Twitter.
Chat, if we get you know what, I'll just at the end of this podcast I will tease the video. If you stick around till afterwards, I will show you the video that will go live on Twitter tomorrow and TikTok. Paul I think is watching it right now. But it's the cringiest shit I've ever done and like the dumbest thing to make a hype video about. But at the same time, it's kind of hilarious. Look at that face. Look at that face.
I can't stand you. What was that? It's gonna bang too. That's what bothers me.
I did an announcement of the announcement today with like the first 2 seconds of
You're
it.
so
And it already has
stupid.
like 10 likes. I was like,
It's
oh,
gonna
God.
bang and I hate it.
Oh man. I cannot wait. I really can't. I was like, I had a really long day at work today. It was just like, I need to do something because I'm not touching any video game for the next 3 days. Like I'm not touching it until Saturday when that point comes. And I was like, I need to do something. So I just went out, picked an empty street, and just started like filming shit to see what would work. I had a song in mind. It was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna make a hype montage for that dumb reason.
You're a goober.
Don't call me a goober.
Goober. Wait, what day though does League start or does your break end?
My break ends Saturday because I'm playing in a tournament next
Okay.
weekend, so I need a week's worth of practice to to get back into the swing of things.
So can you play next like Monday or Wednesday or Tuesday?
Tuesday and Wednesday, yeah, I should be able. Wednesday I might not because I think we have like a friend's birthday party that we're doing.
Okay.
But I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that's the only one that's gonna affect it, and it
Good
might
deal.
affect the podcast next week as well. But I'm not 100% certain yet.
Okay.
Anything else League of Legends related that you want to talk about before we move on to the subtopic? And I'll let you pick out whichever one you want to talk about. I don't know.
Not
if you
really.
saw
Have you watched much of the Chinese tourney?
No, I have not.
It is pretty good. It was fun.
So what you're saying is
I
League of
learned
Legends
what
is still fun
price.
to watch?
I learned what Prize Picks is, and you want to hear something very interesting about Prize Picks? I'm
What?
not condoning this. Want to make that clear because I know like you're not a huge gambling fan. It's more my thing.
You
But
know I
you
have a
can
code
bet-
on Prize Picks, right?
Oh, you're right. Whatever. So I can chill this. You can do over-unders on player kills. It's
Yeah.
so fun. Like, so fun. I didn't know Prize Picks existed because I've always just been a, like, I don't know if you'd call it institutional or whatever, but, like, I like having, like, an actual betting app. Like, Prize Picks is a little different, the way they do their odds, and I'm getting used to it. But they, like, it was pretty cool. You could just bet, like, what game and what player you think would get, like, a certain amount of kills.
You have to do 2 of them though, of note. You have to combine
Yeah,
2 of
you
them
do have
together.
to do 2.
And you could always, so like for example, they'll give you say Cloud9's facing Team Liquid, and you can pick Blabber, and he said it's 7.5 kills for the game. You can pick an over or under, and see, basically it either hits or it doesn't. Simple as that. I mean, I got to send out an email because technically I think my promotion with them ended, but I'll see if it's still up, and if it's still up, we can make that, like, we can place a bet each week.
Yeah. Like, they, to make sure you were gambling in a legal state. Yeah, they do.
It does, but it's also a daily fantasy app, which is
Yep.
different than a traditional sports gambling thing. The legalities behind it are separate.
You can basically bet anywhere, because it's not betting.
Yeah, more or less.
It's like gambling.
Yeah, it's not you're not directly betting on who's gonna win.
Yeah,
It's a way-
everything is
it's a way around
player based.
it.
So if you want to bet on like what team is gonna win, then Prize Picks like isn't the place to do that because you can't do that. But if you just want to say like, oh, I think this ADC like Hope is gonna get a certain amount of kills, you can say that all day.
It's like those machines that are technically slots, but people say that you get around it by saying that it's a skill expressive machine, and they can have them at like gas stations and like 7-Elevens and shit.
Yeah.
You just see like this random casino machine in the back. It's like, what is this doing here? But it's not actually a slot machine. It's technically different. I don't know how they define the legalities of it is beyond me. But if you want to pick,
It's very
one-
interesting.
If you want to pick a subtopic, I promise we would talk about one for like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll
Oh,
close it out.
subtopic.
Yeah, we'll close
How
it
do
out.
I
with draft.
read just sub? Where are these?
At the bottom of our Discord, there is a
Okay.
sub only channel. You'll see
Sorry.
needlessly large rods and sub only. Go to subtext and just
Yeah, I
pick
wasn't
one of
thinking
them.
enough to
Pick
do
one of
that.
them that you have a very strong feeling towards,
All right.
and then I'm gonna pick the opposite point of view as you and debate it. Just because I want to play devil's advocate for the hell of it.
Really good ones though. Like- It's not a topic. You just think 100 Thieves is good, honest. I'm not. You know what, pal? I'm telling you right now. If you put in a subtopic, just wanting me to shill your team, you don't know who I am. Your team is trash, and they will suck forever. Good luck. That's all I got for them. But I'm gonna go with after that. But moving away from the analyst desk in between games for say smaller content pieces about teams in the next match be a better viewing experience.
Thank
I
you,
like
Colin,
that
for
one.
the take. I'll let you handle
Yep.
the first part, and then I'll
Healy's was
argue
really
the other side.
close though, I'm not gonna lie. I like that one too.
Yeah, I saw the
Can
best
I
of three.
save a subtopic for the next week
Yeah,
and just ignore other subtopics? No, I'm kidding. But no, my opinion, and I know I picked this topic because I know we're both gonna, well, we might differ, I don't know. I think yes, I actually would like to see that. I think that would be cool. If they like didn't do analyst desk as much. I already don't watch the analyst desk anyways, because I don't know, I just don't really care about it that much. And I really only watch the analyst desk if my team wins, because I want more validation. If my team loses, I turn it off. And we all know which team is my team, so I've been turning it off a lot lately. But I I do think like the smaller concept pieces would be interesting because it could get you to like buy into the worst teams more. Especially with like I would say because like a lot of these smaller teams don't I don't know how to word it that's not rude. They don't have the best in-house content coming out. So having that
agreed.
Riot polish that they used to have, I don't know if they still have that in them anymore, but they usually have a really good polish that they can put on a team and it would help you at least buy into the players a bit more. Like even a hype speech. Like they could do and I guess this wouldn't take away the analyst desk. You'd still need it for some amount of time to fill time. But if you just did a 2 or 3 minute video of a hype speech, like, and a couple other things the team did, like, that would be enough to make me go, oh, that's pretty moving. That was a cool thing, like, about him. Like some of those videos you just see on Twitter. Like, one example I can think of is the Nets put out a video, and it was them in the huddle, and Vaughn gives them the play. He writes it out. He's telling him exactly where to go. He's telling him why he thinks it will work. And then KD goes, "Hey, have Kyrie shoot it instead of me." Like he says it. He goes, "Have Kyrie shoot it. I want Kyrie to take the play. I don't want to take it. Have Kyrie." And Vaughn goes, "Are you sure?" And then KD goes, "It'll work." And he's like, "I know it'll work." And Vaughn goes, "Okay, it'll work." And they switch it to Kyrie when they're all leaving the huddle, and Kyrie makes the shot and they win the game. It was a really cool piece.
Dang,
Yeah.
I like that. I've. It's interesting because I love the analyst desk myself. I like, even if it's not the teams that I necessarily care for, I do enjoy it. But my mind has somewhat been changed by two things that I've watched recently, which kind of gave me a hint towards what I think they're going for. Did you watch the Ludwig chess boxing event at all?
No, I was working.
It was phenomenally well done. And they operated
That's what I
it
heard.
in almost the exact same style as the WWE, where you have a match and you're doing a bunch of so before each match started, there was a hype video that they played directly leading into the walkouts for teams or for the individual players. And then like the analysts like preemptively would, preview the match, who's favored in this, who's favored in that, etc. Like while they're prepping and getting ready. Pretty much the same as like what the casters already do, like right before pick and ban. They would get into the game, play the game, do the interviews, it would cut the commercial, and then they come like the intro from the break is the next hype piece. And it goes straight into it. And I honestly like that because the discussion and analysis afterwards was able to be done by the community. Like after the game was over, all the discussion was online and also via Reddit, via like in the days after that as well. It was the like the videos that came out discussing the match, etc. That basically served as the analyst desk in a way, without needing for it to be there in event and spend 15 minutes breaking down why.
Yeah,
If
I
you
can
think
actually
about
see that.
The NFL kind of does the exact same thing.
Yeah, they actually do. That's a good point. And like I'd actually like that a lot too. Because I think currently, like, the analyst desk is definitely something that could be refined in most ways. Like, the way they currently navigate you through the games, like, I think they do what they have to do with the time they have. And I'm not going to say they're awful at it, but I don't think it necessarily, like, wraps up the last game nor hypes me up for the next game as efficiently as it could.
I agree.
It just kind of does what they have to do to get you to the next game, which is fine. I mean, I know they're humans. Like, there's only so much they can do with that time. But I also, like, most of the time turn off the analyst desk because I'm like, I just want to get to the next game. Like, I don't really want to watch this. So for them to do what you said and at least, like, have something that's interesting to me or have something that's unique content that I couldn't really get from somewhere else, that would probably draw me in more.
Because the thing is, like, you're already getting a lot of analysis of the game itself while it's going on. There's so much dead time in League of Legends for them to talk about literally anything and everything and hype it up. That, like, it kind of, to a certain extent, kills the need for the before match and post match. Like, really heavy, because it's the same points brought up. 90%. Like, the first, if you listen to the analyst desk 5 to 10 minutes prior to the game starting, and then you listen to the first 5 minutes of the broadcast, it's the exact same points, almost to the T. Like, because understandably, like, that's the narrative going into it, so you're just going to reinforce it.
Yeah, and that is true. And I liked what Archie said. He said that at least he's been doing that a lot. At least he does have, like, a crazy good system. They've really well built out their, like, outside content, I'd say, in a way. Like, they just have more, like, I don't know, different stuff they do. I don't know if it's bigger budget or just more, like, allowance to do crazier things. But also, though, I think what helps LEC with that is that their fans are a bit more, like, forgiving on that kind of content. Like, I don't think LCS fans are as forgiving in that regard. So it's kind of hard to compare us to them. But yeah, the, like, actual team content would be pretty cool. I know it's not, like, a feasible thing and it would get old after a while, and I don't know how many times you could do it or with what, but it'd be pretty neat if they tried it out. I don't think it'd kill them. Like, and I think they could do it pretty easy. They could at least hire Sylvex to do it. Like,
Yeah.
He can do that kind of thing. I'm sure he could. I don't know how quickly he can pump that out or how hard it is, but
I mean, the other thing
is pretty efficient.
You don't even have to have hype pieces from, like, the teams or players. Like, you can get fan involvement in it as well, if the fan content is good enough. And it's not like there's a lack of social media content for League of Legends out there. Like, sure, it might be a little bit cringy, but, like, give the community a little bit of responsibility of being like, hey, you know, for one match a day, somebody's community content piece, we're gonna bring it up, and then the casters and analysts, like, while they're, like, loading into the game, are gonna give, like, some analysis of it and, like, segue that in, but, like, very briefly, like, not much, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, and your point on, like, analysis and stats just being over-consumed is, like, very true, or I guess over-delivered. Like, the way that they just constantly throw stats at you all game, be it during the game and then after. And I feel like most people anyways have their, like, people that fill their need for analysis. Like, if you really, like, let's say 100 Thieves fan finishes the game, they don't need the analyst desk to tell them how the game went and how good 100 Thieves is, because they probably watch 100 Thieves shows or podcasts. And EG fans do too. They both have very big bases for that. And then you still have LS and Dom giving you so much, like, content about your team that at this point you're just, like, being killed with it. Even Cage Roll sometimes. And it's like a lot of fan bases have podcasts and stuff like that, so you don't really need to have these, like, stats being tossed at you 100% of the day. I mean, you're proof of that. You don't like kill people with stats, but they still watch your content about esports.
I
And
kill him with
you're not-
narrative.
Yeah, you just have narrative, and people want that. There's a market for it, and it's relatively untapped. Like, the narrative market, you are basically the narrative market. You and, what, Travis Gafford? Like, are more narrative people. Like, the narrative market could use some work for sure.
Yeah, I would agree, and that's where I'm trying to figure out. I think they're like, if the LCS is doing what I think they're doing, which by all means I love. Like, this is a change that I enjoy, and I think is going to work out well. It's just the time change that I have a massive problem with.
Yes.
This I think is a good thing. I do, and I think it downsizes some cost. It sucks that Dash is not going to be there. Like, that hurts, not going to lie. But I understand where they're coming from in terms of how they're changing the product. Just freaking tell us that. Have some level of open communication, please. Let us know. And that'll be, like, that's not a problem then. That's all you have to do.
Yeah,
I-
and
I-
like, oh, what?
I was just gonna say real quick. I mentioned this to you in DMs, but to those, I'll say this publicly as well. Like, corporations want to act as people online, like pseudo people via social media, etc., stuff like that. If you're gonna act like a person, you also have to treat everybody like people. You want to be
Yep.
you want to be treated as a person. You also need to have that open communication and dialogue with us. You cannot have the best of both worlds.
Yep. And that was what I told you back to, is like, we know they can do it because they've done it with Seraphine. We know they're more than capable of acting like a person as a corporation because they did it for a little bit. They were managing a fake K-pop group, so they can probably pull it off for esports. But it's also like that blow of Dash worries me too, because it's not just Dash, it's also Freak. Like, that's a lot of your, like...
I'll be honest with you. I think Captain Flowers is next.
Yeah, he could be.
Not
He's
that
been
Riot's going to
taking a
cut
lot
him.
off.
I don't think Riot's going to cut him. Riot would never do that. But
No.
I think Flowers is getting to that point where burnout is becoming a more consistent thing. And eventually it's just going to be time to hang it up and move on to something that he just genuinely enjoys. Also, Pastry Time is gone. So.
Yeah, Pastry. Dang. Yeah, really, like, a lot of their office is just gone. Like, and this goes back to what you said, where, like, they've cut a lot of people lately, and they haven't really filled the void as successfully as they've intended, I think. Like, there is new blood there, but I don't know if the new blood at Riot necessarily is getting the buy-in that they're wanting.
I'm curious to see, because the next generation is Kangas, who I'm not sure if you're familiar with him at all, but he's a phenomenal. I cannot wait to see the day that he finally gets on broadcast. Dude deserves it in every way, shape, or form. He's great. Kangas, Cubby, I cannot remember all of their names, and I'm gonna get roasted for this, and I am so sorry to all of them. But there's a generation of amateur or like academy talent there that is ready to come in, but just needs the chance.
Check your DM.
What?
Check your DM.
Oh no. Oh no, Paul. What are you doing?
Can I say that?
You can say what you want.
but Var, I am gonna say, you can tell my brother is Rafa. That's what
Yeah,
it
Rafa's one.
was. But
Thank
you can tell my brother is my brother because he just cut most of the casters, add more music to the playlist, and give us more ads, and call it a day. That's something I would say as a joke, and then, like,
I need you to
They
not
would
do that
do.
though, because the last time that you joked about something, it actually happened.
yep.
So I need you to like
I should
not.
say that. I think the best move going forward, if I were CEO, is to just add more ads. really. It's in the word. Like, why wouldn't you? It adds value. We need more. The more ads, the more money. The more money, the more games played. Think about it.
Holy shit! Thanks for the raid, Tank.
Uh-oh.
Sloth City, welcome, my friends.
Dang.
So Tank is a Optic Gaming Discord guy. Plays on a Call of Duty Rec League team, called
Nice.
Sloth City. Like it's basically like the low budget LCS equivalent for Call of Duty.
Oh, that's dope.
It's basically that, and like they're really good people.
That's awesome.
Tinkle Fairy's the guy, but
But I'm telling you, LCS, I think it would be a good idea. Just add more ads. Or you know what we really need is more of those, like, I think in between games, we should make the losing player team, like, one of their players has to try to do the Scion's, like, runway speedway thing.
you lose, you're forced to do Scion Speedway.
Yeah, you lose, you have to do Scion's speedrun. You know how funny that would be?
Just let it be the wall of shame.
Game? Yes.
And rank it by worst to best instead of best to worst. Like the slowest time is number 1, and be like, this look of all the losers, this person is the biggest loser.
Yes. Like, the biggest loser of it. Like, this is the guy that we're giving it to. But
that'd be hilarious.
I don't know. I have no ideas else for what they do with their casting. I think that they're just gonna have to low key. They're gonna have to find something a little different, because the current system, while not terrible, is just not engaging. IMO.
Can confirm it is not. But I think you know what time it is, Paul.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's time to draft.
It is draft time.
And I forgot to even send one.
If you don't have anything, I have something.
Yes, send it.
Oh, whoops! Didn't mean to make that.
Getting my laptop ready to play League after this.
Lucky you. Alright, we are doing the LoL Esports on-air talent draft.
Like past or present?
Anybody.
Anyone?
Anybody that has ever worked on the LCS or like not just LCS, any global League of Legends esport product in an official capacity. So like sneaky guest appearing does not count, or like a host of a show doesn't count. Like it has to be the actual show itself. Draft.
Okay. I think though I'm getting better at doing these legacy drafts and taking legacy people later. I have some good ones if you can't figure out the legacy side.
I mean, I think I'm fine for this one. I think I actually like legitimately have a good claim, all things considered, on the picks I'll go for. But as always, I will let you go first. Give me your pick.
I mean, he's just my favorite. Kind of want to take him just because he's my favorite, but I don't know if people are going to say he sucks. Oh, first pick better be Shocks. That's not who I had in mind. TSM Jat.
You go with Jat?
You have to put the TSM part, though, on it. It's TSM Jat.
Fine. I think you flubbed it. Shocks is easy number 1 for me. Not even a question.
I like Jat more than Shocks.
I don't even think it's close.
I mean, I think people like Shocks more for sure, but I just like Jat. I don't know who I'd take 2. Trying to think. Sorry, there's a lot of people.
You're fine. There are a lot of people. That's why it's tough.
Ooh, Riv.
You're going Rivington?
Yep.
Interesting. OG. Fair choice. I don't think the best choice. I think my choice is better for number 2. I'm taking Kobe.
It's a good choice. It's a very good choice. I'll take Quick Shot.
Damn. Okay. I knew that was gonna be contested. I'm trying to think if there's any LPL or LCK people that like I need to take. But I don't think there are. Like I don't think there's enough people from that scene that have been around long enough. Unless you're like going OG and going like Monte Cristo. But even then, I don't think it's worth. Oh, I'm stuck between two. Shit. This is actually a lot harder. I don't want to give anything too free to you. Shit, I'm really You know what? He was there for a while. I gotta go Dash.
Dang. That's what I was gonna take next.
That's why I was worried. Like, I'm not 100. I think Dash is fair.
Trying to think. Gosh dang. I think I'm gonna take him now and then I'll think about it later, but Doa.
Oh, good call.
Thank you. There's plenty I still like, so I'm comfortable taking Doa here. I was worried you were gonna take him last one.
No, honestly, I didn't even remember at all.
That's what I was hoping.
Monty
I hope
is,
you wouldn't remember.
Monty's the only one of the duo that I remember, unfortunately.
I remember the Doa solo cast and I loved it.
Okay, this one is recent, and I don't feel like he gets enough credit for everything that he's done for not only the region that he's in, but also global League of Legends and how far he's pushed ahead the content that exists. I don't think the LEC would be anywhere near as entertaining without some of the ideas that he's pushed through. I'm going to go with Daniel Dracos.
That's a really good one.
Like, think about all the music content that has been spurred on a lot due to his influence, as well as like some like just phenomenal casting moments. Like, I just love the way he talks on the game. I know some people were a little bit down on him during like the him and why am I forgetting her name right now? Shit, what is her name? Blonde hair. She used to do LPL. Went to the LEC. Frostgurn.
Oh.
People were very down on Dracos and Frostgurn during the final cast that they had together during, I think it was Worlds.
Why?
Just because they thought it was too heavily biased towards EU.
Who cares? I like that though. I like a good biased cast.
Same.
But gotta think. Man. This is a hard one.
I know. There's a lot left, and it's hard to pick one.
I have Jet, Riv, Quickshot, Doa. I like my group so far. Who else could I throw in that's worth mentioning? Ugh. I can't decide. I'm like debating between two and I just don't know. I don't know. They're both kind of newer though. And I know everyone's going to be like, like they're going to have their other fifth picks they would have liked there.
Yeah, people will always prefer Legacy. It just is what it is.
Because I can't decide between those two if I want to go Legacy here.
I go with whatever your heart's telling you. I mean, mine are obviously going to be more recent, but that just is what it is.
Yeah. I'm going to go Papa. I really liked the way he it just spoke about the game. It was between Papa or Vedius. I know Vedius is like
I know.
I don't know if
I'm
people love Vedius, but I do. I enjoy it.
I will be honest with you, and
Him and Dracos are like I don't know, I think they did a lot together. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like what you said is very true. Like Dracos, like without him and Dracos, I feel like EU just wouldn't have made the climb it did necessarily the way it did.
Yeah.
I guess Medic 2 counts in that as well. Like
Yeah, I would agree, but at the same uh
I just
I
like
don't
Dracos' speaking a bit better, I'd
Agreed.
say. I think his casting is better. That's the way to say it.
I feel like it's incredibly disrespectful, regardless of whether people agree with me on this or not, because I know there's a lot of negative views towards this individual that I'm about to say. But I feel like it's just a slap in the face to the entire League of Legends esports scene if I do not put him on this list. He has to go here. And that is Freak. It
Oh.
has to it has to be. He's the
I
OG.
thought you were about to I thought you were gonna put Monty though.
No, oh god no.
I just don't like some of the things he said, but
I know people are going to disagree with some of the stuff
I
that
like
he said
Freak.
with how he criticizes, but like he has helped build this from the ground up, and likely will never get the full amount of respect that he probably deserves for that.
yep. For sure.
I also feel bad for not putting Captain Flowers in there, but Captain Flowers started in 2017, so I still think like when Flowers is done casting, he will go down as the best caster that League of Legends has ever had, in my opinion. I don't think anybody's close. I really don't. But I still think like until he's done, I'm not willing to say that. It just doesn't feel right to put him on that list. There's a reason why I feel like barring Quickshot, who is more than just a caster, like the only other casters that we put on this list are Doa, Rivington, Papa, Dash, and Freak, all of who are done. And then Dracos, but Dracos does a lot, like, is hybrid both, more so than anybody else on the list.
yeah.
List.
I'd say him and Papa were really hybrid.
It's tough because like a lot of people on this list are no longer talent.
Yep.
Like just looking through it, Rivington, not there. Doa, not there. Papa, not there. Dash, not there. Freak, not there. So literally half of this list is people that are not there. Kobe is understandable. He's like the legacy of all legacy people. Shocks literally does everything. Quickshot, same thing as Shocks, does everything. Jat, another one that's been here forever, but also pro player, so has like
Been here so long to go do another career in the middle.
Yeah. He's had 3 careers. He was player, caster, commentator, coach to back to caster, commentator, or coach and balance team. He's done 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say he also did balance team in the middle.
Wow, the poll is pretty much even.
Fog.
I might actually win this one. Holy shit.
I should have just picked LS to win the poll.
I don't know. I feel like people are a little bit. I don't. LS is too recent. I don't think it's fair to put him on this list at all.
I don't either.
I feel like that's disrespectful to a lot of other people. Are we really about to end this in a tie? Wow, we ended it in a tie. I figured this was
Really?
close. Yeah, 4-4.
Wow.
K-Droll too
Kind of
recent.
insane.
You cannot put K-Droll on this list.
Yeah, I'm also just not like a huge K-Droll. I don't know. I don't. There's certain things I just want more out of K-Droll. I don't know how to explain it.
I like the steps that he's taken so far, but again, he's only 2 years into this, so he still has a very long way to go before he catches up to literally anybody on this list.
Yep.
it just takes time, and that's why I feel like people could possibly be mad at us not having them on here, but it's like you have to give it time.
Yep, that's for sure.
Anything else you want to discuss before I end this, or at least end this portion? And well, yeah, I got to get to bed. I got another long day at work tomorrow.
No. Really, just TSM still boogieing. I hope he's doing all right. Still boogieing.
Yeah, in 100 Thieves, they just had a meeting today at the compound to bring everybody in.
Oh, what for?
Just they brought in all their teams: Valorant, Call of Duty, League of Legends, etc.
Oh.
Just to like, it basically it's like your onboarding orientation for the year. Like
Yeah.
going into 2023, you're our players. Here's some apparel. Let's hype you up. Like orientation
Yeah.
day for the sports teams.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah, next week is going to be a very, very big episode. We have a lot to talk about.
Like what?
The kickoff events on Tuesday.
Oh, there's kickoff events on Tuesday?
Yeah, every region is having a major kickoff event, including the LCS, which is going to have like one player from each team playing a show match. It's going to be boomers versus zoomers. There's like going to be 5 young players versus 5 old players.
Interesting.
And that'll probably be where we get a lot of information. But yeah, that's on Tuesday alongside the cinematic, alongside the rank play release. Wednesday is more of that. It's 2 straight days of the event. So I know you said there wasn't a lot going on next week, but there really is.
Yeah, I guess there is.
Next Tuesday is like legitimately one of the biggest days in LoL esports that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I've just been struggling to keep up. Because you gotta like hunt it, kinda.
Well, that's my job. I hunt it. You
I
watch
know
my
you.
stuff. Dude, I got notifications on everything. I do not miss shit. I check Reddit
enough.
once every hour and a half just to make sure I'm not missing anything big. Wake up in the morning. I'll have a video prepped. I will
Yeah.
always check Reddit to see if that video needs to get delayed for something else that's going on.
Fair enough.
Like, it's arguably unhealthy how much league media I try to consume just to stay on top of things.
Don't blame you though.
Con,
It's working.
I agree that people shouldn't have to hunt for it, but at the same time, that's what allows me to get some of the followers that I do. So I'm not going to complain about Riot not fully doing their job.
Because it benefits you. I was just meaning like me, if you're like a casual or if you're like somebody like me, right, who's in the middle of a very busy time in life, they're not making it the easiest to know what's going on.
No, they are not. You
Like,
shouldn't
low-key-
have to. You should not have to go on TikTok and find some random 6'4" white dude telling you what's going on.
It is easier for me to know when some of my favorite like YouTube live streamers are going live off of their community posts than it is for me to find Riot events right now. Like, I don't have to look for them at least because YouTube just pushes their community posts into my feed. Riot doesn't even do that. They could put up a community post.
They could, but they don't.
No, they don't. They won't. They won't.
Alright.
It's them.
I gotta get this done because this is a 2-hour VOD that's gonna take a while to download. But thank you everybody
Fair.
for tuning in. Thank you to all of the new followers, all the new subscribers. Again, this is our home base on Twitch. Permanently. Unless YouTube pays me money, but that's not happening. So permanently on Twitch. Everybody have a phenomenal night, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Yeah.
Adios.
Go Dogs. Bulldogs, Georgia.
Of course.
Did you see that game?